Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to go into chapter 47 of I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. Things are getting very interesting and twisty, so let's keep on reading. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off the video now. You have been warned, and I am sorry about that, but there's nothing I can do about it. Chapter 47. You're going the wrong way, I tell Grandpa over the speakerphone as I watch him from my window. Whoops. He pulls a 180 with Mom's wheelchair and starts heading up to the opposite direction. I'm looking down at them from the courtyard facing window of my apartment. I chose this apartment for its view, or rather for what's not its view. The most desired units in the complex are the ones facing Sunset Boulevard, looking right out onto the bustling city, but there was no way I would have gone for one of those, because those complexes face Nickelodeon Studios, and plastered on the side of Nickelodeon Studios is a bright purple and yellow billboard for iCarly, complete with my fake smile and cheesy airbrushed hairdo. There was no way I was waking up every morning to face myself. After a few wrong turns and the elevator button pushes, Grandpa and Mom finally make it up to my unit. We chit-chat for a few minutes over tea before heading back down to the parking structure so Grandpa can drive us to lunch. Where do you want to go? I ask. Please don't say it, please don't say it, please don't say Wendy's, Mom suggests innocently. Sure, I say through a tight smile. There's nothing inherently wrong with Wendy's. In fact, I'd go so far to say there are several things inherently right with it. We're all tired. We've all tried the Frosties. My tenseness isn't coming from Wendy's, it's coming from Mom's reasoning for suggesting Wendy's. She knows I have money and could take her anywhere she'd like, and yet she chooses Wendy's, not because she likes it, but because she can go and tell her friends or fellow churchgoers how humble she is, how down-to-earth that. Even on a day as special as her birthday, all she did was eat a side salad from a fast food restaurant. This thing in Mom drives me nuts. The thing where she yearns to be pitied. She's got stage 4 cancer. She's already plenty pitied. She doesn't need to throw Wendy's on top of it. Grandpa pulls out of the structure and gets to the first stoplight. The stoplight sits directly in front of the giant and terrifying iCarly poster. I start organizing his messy backseat pockets out of anxiety. I pull out papers, crumpled up receipts, dirtied napkins, and a copy of Sean Hanty's Conservative Victory. Grandpa looks over his shoulder to see what I'm doing. You want to borrow that? I'm done with it. Excellent read. Very excellent read. Hair wraps on his dashboard as punctuation. Maybe. No. There she is, Mom says as she snaps a photo of the giant poster with her disposable Kodiak camera. She has at least 100 photos of the same billboard. As she takes the picture, the camera drops out of her hand into the floor. I stretch down to pick it up, but by the time I sit upright with it, Mom's convulsing. Her hands are clenched into tight little balls, and her face is contorted, so the one eye is squinting shut and her mouth is scrunched up entirely on one side. Her convulsions look like rocking of somebody in a mental hospital. I'm horrified. I tell Grandpa something's wrong. He takes the Lord's name in vain. Mom says nothing because she can't. Grandpa looks both ways to make sure the coast is clear, then cuts across the street, going through the red light and into the Nickelodeon Studios parking lot. Carl, the friendly security guard, recognizes him since Grandpa visits me on set often. Grandpa tells Carl to call 911. By this point, Mom is frothing at the mouth. I'm sure she's dying. Grandpa tells me to get her to lie down. I unbuckle her seatbelt and pull her onto my lap. This is the most terrifying moment of my life. The ambulance arrives impressively fast. They yank Mom onto a stretcher and buckle her in. She's still convulsing. They wheel her into the ambulance. One of the EMTs recognizes me, so he lets me ride with Mom. It's one of the rare times I'm grateful to be recognized. I grip Mom's hand and squeeze it. I tell her everything's going to be okay, even though I'm sure it's not. The siren starts blaring from the ambulance. It sounds warped when you hear it from inside the vehicle. That's making it. The driver pulls a right out of the parking lot as I'm squeezing my dying mother's hand and watching froth spill out of her mouth. We pass the poster again. I see my dead-eyed grin and my stupid fucking outdated hairstyle. My life is mocking me. That is the end of chapter 47. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.